When I first came to the area, my child and I were both experiencing homelessness, and it was a tumultuous time where I felt like I was failing my child. I just graduated college, was on my way to start my business, and then the pandemic hits, and it completely altered the course of my reality. When I first met Michaela, she was my community health worker. I was at a point of destitute, not very proud of myself at that moment, but she reminded me that mistakes happen and to pick myself up and continue moving forward in my journey. And so that's exactly what we did together. Finding stable housing was an imperative move, and it did take us approximately 10 months to find that stability. As we find that stability, I found that I needed to work on my physical health as my health was failing, as my diabetes management was out of control. I kept landing in the hospital with elevated blood sugars. My primary care physician at the time had suggested that I look at the holistic approach and that I take a stock in what has me not caring for myself in an adequate manner. And in doing so, she suggested that I reach out to Rogue's behavioral health team.
So my first impression of Matthew was that he was very self-motivated and he had already done a lot of the work on his own. When we're working with someone who's a good candidate for Success Funds, we're already working with them for a period of time. So there's already goals being accomplished. We're actively working with each other, and the Success Fund is really just the final push that they're needing to reach their goal. Our first step is to look into other resources that could possibly assist them. But with Matthew's situation, since he was needing his debt paid for, there really wasn't any other resources in the community that could help with that. So we ended up applying for the Success Funds. I remember the phone call actually when I called him to let them know that has been approved, and he was just so happy and grateful and thankful, and it was really great to hear that. It really took a load off of him. I mean, financially and mentally, this is something that has been weighing on him for a long time.
I think a major turning point for me was that I just was taking all of these little baby steps, and as I did so, step by step, I kept growing and I kept watching myself handle situations in a different capacity than I would before. So what life looks like for me now is I am still an aspiring musician. I released an album this year. I'm super happy. I get to be the parent that I've always wanted to be. It really feels like I am on track to have that successful life that I want.
When utilizing Success Funds, donations are going directly towards members of the community. You're able to make a direct impact on people's lives. It's working with Matthew personally, I feel like he's doing great. I just hope that he knows that he's on a great path, and I hope he continues.
If I could say one thing to the team that has led me to where I am today, thank you. You've helped me realize that I have way more potential than I ever thought that I did. So again, thank you from the deepest part of my heart.